The Foreign Office says it believes a British national has been killed in Syria. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, which is based in the UK, says the man and an American woman were among 3 people killed close to the Turkish border with Syria. State television there has shown the passports of what it says are a British man and an American woman killed close to the Turkish border. Well, with me now is the Arab-British journalist Saka Al-Makhadhi. Thank you very much for coming in. Why are people from here going to Syria?
Well, I don't think we should be surprised. I think the feeling among Brits of Syrian origin, maybe even Muslims in more general across the UK, is that the West is not taking the action that they believe is necessary to end the war, to end the repression and to overthrow Bashar al-Assad. And so they're taking the action that they believe is necessary. They're flying out to Istanbul, they're flying to Beirut. It's very easy to cross the border under the wings of the FSA, the Free Syrian Army, or more extremist elements, and they're doing the job that they believe the West should have done years ago.
But in tiny groups, what can they realistically achieve?
Well, exactly. And, the feeling inside Syria seems to be, well, we don't need these foreigners interfering in our country. All they're doing is bringing extremism that is not inherent to Syria. They're playing into the regime's propaganda, and they're not contributing in any significant way. Syrians are saying, well, we've got 22 million people. We don't need more fighters. What we need is more arms.
So they're not made welcome, although presumably that depends where they go and who they first try and link up with.
Well, of course it does. And, there are battles between rebel groups, of course, between not just, we've heard of the secular versus the Islamist divide, but, even among brigades in the Free Syrian Army, they're fighting for resources, they're competing with each other. And so, yeah, of course, within an individual battalion, another member is always welcome.
I was struck by you saying that it's quite easy to get in and cross the border. I mean, how easy?
Well, the Free Syrian Army and other elements of the armed opposition control most of the north of the country now. So most of the northern border is controlled by them. They are the ones who decide who comes in and who goes out, and they are welcoming foreign fighters, many from Saudi, with experience in Libya, with experience in Iraq, and they're welcoming them across the border, these battle-hardened fighters.
A word finally about President Assad. He, of course, gave this television interview to Lebanese television yesterday. Did you pick anything out of that you felt was significant?
Well, he mentioned there were 100,000 foreign fighters. So in other words, he's painting the entire opposition movement as foreign-based. But I think this is a war of perception. Neither side is winning this war. Both sides are locked in a stalemate. They have been for 6 months. And he's desperate to capitalise on the divisions that we've seen, especially over the last week in the opposition ranks, and say, hey, I'm still here. It's 2 years on, and the president hasn't fallen yet.
And if the talks in Geneva happen, do you give them any great credence?
I don't think they will happen. It doesn't look like the opposition wants to go at the moment. The Assad regime is playing it down. Even if it does happen, I think the best we can hope for is that they will sit down, that representatives will sit down face to face, and I think that even is a long shot. It's a pipe dream at the moment.
Okay, Saka Al-Makhadhi, thank you very much indeed for coming in. Thank you.